So also OKR helps in another way. It helps bring better organizational performance conversations. Rather than having retrospective conversations about what an employee didn't do, can you have more meaningful conversations with the employee in terms of, uh, I think you are just few $1,000s away from your goal, and you will be able to achieve this goal in this quarter if you do these three things. So can we have conversations with our team members which are more meaningful to them, which they can action upon, rather than beating them up for something that they couldn't achieve, right? So it helps OKR. The most important impact that OKR can have in an organization is help move traditional employee conversations or performance management systems to make it more OKR driven growth conversations. So growth for the organization as well as growth for the individual. So as you start maturing in your OKR implementation cycle, your organization conversation become transform from becoming a hierarchical conversation to more networked organization, and it becomes a collaborative structure. Move away from having more directing and autocratic kind of conversation to coaching people to achieve their best potential. Having top-down goals is okay initially when you do the first couple of quarters of OKRs, but as OKRs mature, you'll start seeing, if done the right way, you'll start seeing that your teams will come back and tell you, maybe this is what we should do going forward. So it becomes more bottoms up. One of the most important outcomes of well implemented OKR is that you move from being more process focused to becoming outcome focused, right? And it also moves from just measuring people and beating them up on their performance to having conversations which helps people improve their performance. It also moves from an annual feedback cycle to having continuous feedback, because OKR is reset every quarter. So you have more frequent conversations with your team members. And it also moves away from a weakness-based conversation. Hey, you couldn't do this, you didn't do this, you don't have this particular skill. Rather than having the weakness-based conversation, it moves to a strength-based conversation. Hey, you did great in these areas. Why don't we also look at this skill improvement? So what are the trainings that you can pick up? What are the skills that you can work on? So it becomes a more strength-based conversation. So this is one of the best outcomes of a well-implemented OKR exercise, OKR framework.